What is going on, guys? My name is Tubby alongside me, Tony Pizza Guy. Breaking news. Now, we knew THQ was going down the drain, but the rumors were, and what they were going to do was either sell it as a whole or sell off individual games, Tony.
Right. They decided to go the other route and sell off individual games because that would make them more money
Or
in the long
studios,
run.
not necessarily just games, but the studios that make the games.
Right. But they
So,
end up making more money in the long run than just selling it as a whole company.
absolutely. So, here's what we know right now. WWE Games, THQ, I don't know which studio that is, if that's Arden Hills or whichever one that is, has not had a bid, a purchase, or anything. There are people saying that they know who bought it or it's in talks to be bought, but they're not announcing anything right now. What we do know is Sega bought Relic, where they make the RTS games, right?
They make company heroes.
Yep. Koch Media bought Volition in the Metro franchise, which I think is good because I'm really actually looking forward to Metro Last Light. Crytek bought Homefront for $500,000. Take-Two bought Evolve, and Ubisoft picked up THQ Montreal and South Park. Now, Tony, what studio do you want to take over WWE?
Honestly, I am not too sure right now. It's like a lot of people are like either 2K Sports or EA Sports, but which one would be the better one if they picked it up?
Well, and so this is something people don't understand. Okay, so the rumor is that EA last week got the license for WWE games. Okay, that
hmm
license though is just to use the names, the products, etc. That doesn't get you the game engine that was built by Ukes, the Havoc engine, all that. That was not included at all. If in fact EA picks that up, so what people don't understand is if EA is building it and they don't purchase THQ as a studio, EA is going to have to build that game completely from scratch, and I highly doubt there'll be a new game this year.
Right. It's just like Homefront. Homefront got purchased by Crytek, so I'm 100% sure they're going to use the Crytek engine to make the new Homefront game.
Yeah, which
It's
would make
it's
sense because that would be pretty awesome, to be honest with you.
right. So like it's not going to be the same engine in the same game you saw. It'll be a brand completely new game under the title Homefront. So
Now,
that's
did
what
you
we're looking
play
at.
MMA? The EA
I did
MMA?
not play the MMA game.
So I guess it wasn't that bad. The controls were really weird. The controls were super easy compared to like UFC. EA
hmm
already owns the UFC license now. So I think it'll all be a question of we'll get a WWE 14 game because everybody says they're already working on it, Tubby, and they're trying to tell us like we know, like they're already working on it, Tubby. There's going to be a game no matter what. That's not true. Yeah, they are working on WWE 14 right now, but if EA buys the license and then they don't pick up the studio or the engine, they're going to have to start from scratch, and we probably won't see a game until 2014.
Here's an idea. Why don't they just release WWE 14 as a downloadable game? Xbox Live, put it out today,
like how it is today, or
like how it is today. Because I'm sure they could just like basically what they do is build off the WWE 13 game that's already there. They just throw that one on the DLC, Steam, put it on PSN, Xbox 360 today.
well, I think the interesting thing is if EA buys it, will they change the release cycle? Will it no longer be in October? I think my top contenders right now to buy the WWE game is Ubisoft, Take Two, or in fact EA. The problem is they need the license first of all. It's not just buying the THQ. You need the
Right.
license, and Vince, they're in debt from THQ with $45 million. So it's an
R-
expensive purchase.
Yeah, it'll be a huge purchase. Whoever's going to take that. Honestly, WWE was one of THQ's top game franchises, but I don't know really how much money it made THQ because towards the end THQ was doing that huge Steam sale where they were giving away all their games for like $1 or something like that.
Yeah, with a humble the bundle, whatever. I mean, I here's where I'm at. I don't think that it's going to be an expensive purchase for whoever buys it because yes, the game does sell pretty well. I think it sells like 2 to 4 million units. But the problem is your licensing costs are so high because you already owe WWE so much money.
Right.
So I think the only companies that can take that hit are in fact EA or 2K because of how well like NBA sells. And I think if 2K gets it, the commentary is going to be fantastic. I guess the biggest thing though, whoever buys it, we're still not going to get a good looking crowd because if you look at EA games and 2K games,
No.
the crowds suck.
The
Uh,
one thing I really want out of everything is good online, good servers. That's all I really want out of this. But
so what company do you think will provide the best servers out of games we've played? I think everybody's got like bad online servers. The only online servers I ever enjoy playing on is Call of Duty. It's the only one like I get a little bit of lag here and there, but it's never as bad as NBA, where it says servers are unavailable. THQ has servers unavailable. EA has servers unavailable all the time. The only one that I've ever been able to play is Call of Duty.
Breaking news: Activision buys WWE Games.
I think they could potentially make a run because they turned around NASCAR when they bought it, and I actually really liked NASCAR The Line. So I would like to see Activision have it, but I don't think that'll happen.
The same guys that bring us Cabela's Big Game Hunter.
That would be a pretty dope game, and it's technically they do sports. Hunting's a sport, so consider WWE that one. Who would you be disappointed if it went to? Like, what's a studio like you absolutely don't want to touch the game, regardless?
Really, I don't know. I just hope that somebody actually picks it up and they do something with it. I mean, like, even if the game isn't bad, it's still gonna get a lot of buzz since it's the first game from the new studio, the first wrestling game from this new studio. So I don't know. It's been the SmackDown series for so long, even since the PS1 days. So it's hard to see it taken over by somebody else.
Yeah, I think it'll happen, guys. If somebody buys the studio and the engine, and they decide to keep that engine for the year, we'll probably see WWE 14 this year. If they go a different route and just pick up the license and not the studio, we're probably gonna have a year gap, and that may or may not be a good thing. Can you wait a year, Tony? If you had to wait until October of 2014, could you do it? Could you last WWE 13 for 2 years?
The only thing is, I don't know. I don't know. The thing I always thought with these games is they should make like one every other year and then just have a ton of DLC, but I don't think they're going to release any more DLC for this game.
That's what you wanted, huh? So you're one of the guys that wants like EA to have, just a EA FIFA soccer and then every year come out with new downloadable stuff instead of a whole new game.
Honestly, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. You couldn't do it like for every year, but it'd have to be like every 2 or every other year or something. They could come out with a better game.
But they lose,
so that way,
profit.
That way you'd get quality games with DLC coming out regularly, or you could just have like a kind of like a World of Warcraft subscription series. There you go. Do that.
I don't know. We'll see if it works. All right, guys, let us know what you think of the THQ. Who do you want to buy it? And are you willing to wait if we have to wait a year or two? Worst case scenario, it takes 2 more years to get a game. YouTube is dead. We're out of a job. So, but until next time, Tony, thank you very much for talking about this.
Thank you.
And we will see you all later.